Hey everyone, this is Kevin Rothzen, technical agronomist for Channel Seed in West Central Illinois. Coming to you from a field within Putnam County, Illinois this week. And this week we're going to talk about rootworms. Probably spent the majority of the past week digging roots and evaluating roots on rootworm damage. So right now it looks like 2025 is going to be a heavy rootworm year for us, especially my territory along I-80 between LaSalle, Peru and Geneseo. If you look back into 2023, 2024, the weather challenges that we had then in June, a hot, dry June, I believe really kept rootworms at bay, and they didn't emerge as strong as they could have. But for some reason in 2025, the weather seems like it's been really good for rootworm emergence. We've been hot, but we've had a lot more moisture this year than we've had the last couple, and it looks like it's really helped the rootworms take hold and take off this year. As I start thinking about the pressure we have, I have seen some root feeding in SmartStax Pro and VT4 Pro as well. And really, as you start thinking about how the different proteins and how the RNAi itself works, we're used to seeing BT proteins on the rootworm side kill that first instar larva really fast within 24 hours of ingesting it, that part of the root. The rootworm dies from a death from ingesting that BT protein. The RNAi trait itself works a little differently. So the rootworm needs to ingest more of that root, and it takes 2 to 3 days for them to succumb from what the RNAi trait's trying to do as far as to kill it. So as you pair with a heavy rootworm emergence with the RNAi trait that we're relying a lot on out in the field to help control those rootworms, and them needing they could eat a little bit longer, has really caused us to have some rootworm challenges out in the field. So this is the field outside of Putnam County. You can see that we have some roots down, even though we haven't dug these yet. Going to do those soon. That we do have some rootworm feeding, and that it's leaning to those rootworms. Even though I am seeing some more root feeding on SmartStax Pro and the RNAi traits that I would like to see, I'm not concerned. The trait is still working, because even though we see increased emergence from the larval stage, as you walk these fields that have sometimes some very significant root lodging and root pruning, there's very few adults out there. So the RNAi trait is still killing them before they get to the adult stage. As we get more RNAi traits out in the countryside, we're going to be killing more of the adults. We can kill them into the later instars. We're not just killing the first instar on the larva side. We'll have less adults. That means less eggs and hopefully less pressure in the future. So it's unfortunate that we're seeing some rootworm damage out here. It's just the part of the environment and the world we're living in the I-80 corridor within Illinois this year. So as always, the channel team's here to support you guys. If you need any help, have any issues with your corn that you think is rootworm damage, please don't hesitate to call myself or anybody else on the channel team, and they can get a hold of me and be glad to come look out and dig some roots and talk you through what's going on out there. Thinking about 2026, what would our recommendations be for some of our higher rootworm pressured fields? We're still going to rely a lot on those SmartStax Pro traits. But also for some of those fields that have been in corn for multiple years, we really need to start thinking about rotating into a soybean crop and trying to get into a more rotation rather than relying on corn on every acre. I know that's not always viable in every single situation, but if we have that opportunity to rotate to soybeans, I think that's one of the best ways we can keep these traits working, and you'll see less root damage in your field moving into the future. As always, don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need anything. We're here to support you guys. Have a great week. See ya.